What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over all 15 legendary weapons in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Just so that this video isn't extremely longer than it already is, I'm not going to really be covering the Hylian Shield and the Master Sword, as those are going to be the two most obvious ones, and the Master Sword has a whole bunch leading up to it. I have a whole separate video on that, but if you want to know specifically where it is, it's on the Light Dragon. The Light Dragon is in the sky. Boom, there you go. And the Hylian Shield is going to be underneath Hyrule Castle. You enter the docks, you go in there, you fight some Gloom Hands, there's going to be some torches, you light those up, boom. That's 2 done already. Let's go over the other 13. So in this video, we're going to be going over the legendary two-handed weapons, including the Fierce Deity Sword, the Dusk Claymore, the Biggoron Sword, the legendary one-handed weapons of the Sea Breeze Boomerang, the White Sword of the Sky, and the Sword of the Hero, the Champion's weapons of the Lightscale Trident, the Scimitar of the Seven, the Boulder Breaker, the Daybreaker, the Great Eagle Bow, as well as the legendary Dusk Bow, and the Sea Breeze Shield. All of these legendary weapons that can be dropped, so not the Master Sword, you cannot repair them at an Octorok if it is the base weapon. Meaning that if I were to take the Scimitar of the Seven, drop it on the ground in front of a rock Octorok, he's going to spit it out immediately. However, if I take out a stick and then attach the Scimitar of the Seven to the stick, the Octorok will repair the Scimitar of the Seven and the stick. Then you just go to Tarrytown, you go to the Break Apart shop, he will break them apart, and then you can get yourself a fully replenished Scimitar of the Seven. When speaking to any of the bargainer statues in the depths, you are going to be able to come here and repurchase as long as you have already obtained it either in-game or from an amiibo. In addition, they're really not that expensive. Because of this, you can actually have multiple in your inventory at the same time. Not only from amiibo, not only from the game, but also from these bargainer statues. Without duplication glitches, there is currently no way for you to have multiple Hylian Shields, Master Swords, or Champions weapons. The very first one we're going to be taking a look at is actually going to be requiring us to do a few side quests, and to start any of the side quests, you need to go to any of the 3 different springs. So I'm going to be starting here at the Spring of Courage in the Farin region. Devout swordsman who offers his prayers. I can no longer sense the presence of the Mother Goddess statue which dwells in the vast canyon. I gather you know something of this. This one is going to be the one that's located in the Forgotten Temple. If you have not already gone to the Forgotten Temple, which is part of the Geoglyph quest line, you may need to go there, find the goddess statue that toppled over, and then speak to it, and it just says that it toppled over. I implore that you help me to restore her. Seek the golden spirit Faroche, who looses lightning as she dances across the heavens. So this is going to require you to go into the sky, find Faroche the dragon, which I made a whole video on dragon farming parts, and then you're going to need a claw of Faroche. For the record, the claws are going to be this inventory slot right here, which are all named Claw, except for the Light Dragon one, which is called Talon, but that's not actually needed for this quest line. Then all you have to do is take the claw, toss it in the water. Thank you, devout swordsman. I have sent a measure of my strength to the Mother Goddess statue. I shall bestow upon you a small blessing. Oh, thanks for the topaz. There are 2 other goddess statues. Yep, I'm going to talk to them. That's part of the quest line. The next one requires us to make our way to the Spring of Wisdom, which is on top of Mount Lanayru. Upon approaching the Spring of Wisdom, you're going to see that this statue is going to be glowing as well. Seek the blue spirit Nadra, who chills the air around her as she dances across the heavens. So this is going to require you to have a Nadra claw. Once you have one, go ahead and make your way back to the spring, drop it into the pond. I'm going to be getting a sapphire for my troubles. Thanks so much. And now I'm going to be making my way to the 3rd spring, which is going to be located right here in the Akala region. Upon making our way to the Spring of Power, can I just drop this in the water without even doing the quest? Nope, got to speak to her first. Okay, got a Statue of Power, Dinral's Claw, drop it in the pond. Thank you for the ruby. With your aid, a measure of our strength has gone to restore the Mother Goddess statue who dwells in the vast canyon. You should make a pilgrimage there in tribute. On the surface, you're going to be seeing the Forgotten Temple. All the way in the back is going to be a shrine. I'm going to fast travel from there. Upon making your way to the north side of the Forgotten Temple, you'd be seeing the goddess statue completely erect in all of her glory instead of just, laying on the ground like she was before. I bestow this upon you in recognition of your wisdom, power, and courage. This is the White Sword of the Sky, which in Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword, this was called the Goddess Sword, but has now been rebranded to the White Sword of the Sky. It has 24 damage, which isn't that fantastic, but it does have a durability of 45, making it on the more durable side of weapons. I personally wouldn't use it, I would just hang it up in my house and call it a day. Next, we are going to be getting the Sword of the Hero, which is a one-handed sword based off of the Legend of Zelda NES game. And for that, we need to make our way to this light route right here. Here's a zoomed out version for reference. Underneath Satori Mountain and underneath this shrine down here is going to be the light route that we have to go to. And from this light route, we're going to be finding this group of trees and this one circular stump. It kind of looks like a horseshoe shape on the map. That's where we're going to be going. Right in the middle of here, we're going to be finding a whole bunch of fireflies and an evermean tree and a chest. Let's go ahead and open up this chest. And this is the Sword of the Hero. A sword once wielded by a hero in ancient age. When it's grasped, a strange sense of nostalgia washes over you. Take it when going alone would otherwise be dangerous. The Sword of the Hero, which is also obtainable with the 8-bit pixel Link amiibo, has a damage output of 17 and a durability of 27, which makes it not very good at all. So I do not recommend using this in battle. Hang it on your wall forever. Next is going to be the Sea Breeze Boomerang, which is once again going to be obtained in the depths at this location right here. For the record, here we are on the map. This is the closest light route, the Mu'ufatur light route, which is directly underneath Hebrus Peak. So if you look at Hebrus Peak, there's going to be a very, very large geographical depression, and this is the mine that we need to make our way to. Just a nice simple glide on down, not really any enemies to deal with or anything. And this is the Hebra Canyon mine. Right in the middle, we're going to be seeing the chest that we need. And here is the Sea Breeze Boomerang. The Sea Breeze Boomerang has a damage output of 16 and a durability of 20. It is the best one-handed boomerang. However, it falls short to the pristine Giant Boomerang, which has a damage output of 25 and a durability of 40. So because of that, I wouldn't recommend using this one either. Next is going to be the Fierce Deity Sword. There's a very good chance you already have this from the Cephla Lake Cave, located right here, which is just ever so slightly north of the Kisinana Shrine and the Foothill Stable. And inside of this lake cave is going to be a short side quest that requires you to have all 3 pieces of the Fierce Deity armor. Once you have all 3 pieces of the Fierce Deity armor, you come back inside of here, and then this door is going to be opening up for you. After it opens up, there's going to be the sword for you. If you need more information on how to get the Fierce Deity armor, there should be a boop in the top right, and there should also be a link in the description down below letting you know about all 3 pieces and the quests associated with it. The Fierce Deity sword is a very powerful 2-handed sword with a damage output of 40, even though it's only shown as 38. It has a durability of 35, but it doesn't have any special properties. And unfortunately, once you fuse anything to it, you lose the double helix look, so I would just hang it on the wall or get multiple and enjoy them as they are. Next is the Biggoron sword from Ocarina of Time. This is going to be obtained here in the depths, which I actually found the old map to, which is pretty neat, at the Akala House of Bones. You could either make your way from this light route, or if you want, you could just jump right through the single chasm right here in Skull Lake at the top right of the map. Never edit out the brass. Upon making your way down here, you're going to be seeing a Stallnix as well as many stall enemies. Before they all wake up, can I boop them in the head? Sure can. And the more of them that you deal with this way, the less you're gonna have to deal with once you land. And then the Stallnix is gonna be waking up. After you go ahead and take out the Stallnix's eye, it'll fall to the ground defeated. And this chest over here is going to be unsealed. Let's go ahead and open it up. And this is the Biggoron sword. The Biggoron sword, in my opinion, is one of the best amiibo-based weapons that you are going to be able to get in this game. It has a damage output of 38, even though only 36 is shown. However, its durability is 60, being one of the most durable weapons in the entire game. This can take a lot of hits, this can deal a lot of damage. 10 out of 10 recommend as an everyday 2-handed weapon. Next is going to be the Sea Breeze Shield, which is going to be located right here on the entire map. For the record, here is the Tabal Woods, right outside of the Zora area. This is going to be the Tabal Grove, and right in the middle is going to be a large empty stump with, once again, an evermean and a whole bunch of these fireflies. Can I collect these while I'm floating down? Oh, I can. That's neat. Oh, thanks, Tullen. Not helpful. And a chest that we need next to the Severmine. And this is the Sea Breeze Shield. The Sea Breeze Shield has absolutely no special qualities about it whatsoever. However, it is the second most durable shield in the entire game with a durability of 90. I'm done talking about this shield now. Next is going to be the Dusk Bow. The Dusk Bow is actually unique compared to the rest of these because this is a weapon that you're going to be able to obtain over and over again because it's an overworld spawn. I actually stumbled across this while I was Korok hunting. I got all the Korok seeds here at Hyrule Castle, and I just randomly walked into this and I was like, wait, what? So, at the highest spire of Hyrule Castle, you're gonna be seeing this little bit of damage. For the record, here we are inside of the actual Hyrule Castle map. My altitude is 509. Here we are in the overworld map at Hyrule Castle, right at the very top. And here is the Dusk Bow. The Dusk Bow, which was previously called the Twilight Bow in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, has fallen from grace quite a bit. It used to be an infinite distance reach, however, that has been completely changed down to 40. Almost all bows in the entire game are going to be a distance of 20. However, at a distance of 40, your arrows are going to reach twice as far. It only has a base attack of 30, but it does have a good durability of 40. I always keep at least one bow on me with a range of 40, not specifically to deal damage to enemies, but more for utility reasons. If there's a Korok I need to hit far away, or a specific target or something else like that, and my Savage Lionel bows aren't reaching, I'll whip out a Dusk Bow. It reaches twice as far, and I don't have to worry about it. The Dusk Bow is pretty much exactly the same as a Gerudo bow, except it boasts 5 more damage. This concludes all of the weapons that you could obtain without any game or story progress regarding regional phenomena whatsoever. Everything else is going to require you to have beaten some or all 4 parts of regional phenomena. So I'm going to be going over the Dusk Claymore next, which requires you to have beaten all 4 parts of regional phenomena. And in order to do this, we need to make our way to the Tiflo Ruins Skyview Tower. Here at the Tiflo Ruins, you're going to be seeing this gentleman who's just going to be standing out in his camp. Speaking with him is going to say, hey, look at these 4 tablets. Go ahead and investigate all 4 of the tablets. And you're going to be getting all 4 of the side adventures regarding the dragons of the Tiflo Ruins. First, let's talk about Riju. Riju, the Sage of Lightning, is going to need to hit the end of the long dragon facing Death Mountain, which is going to be located exactly where I am on the map right now. You're going to be seeing this very long dragon mostly buried underground until you come to this very little bit here, and then you're going to be seeing a platform right behind it. Go ahead, take out Riju. Let's go. A little bit further, thank you. Shoot the platform. And inside of here are going to be some topaz for you. Right, topaz? Topaz. And that's the long dragon complete. Next is going to be the owl protected by dragons. So you need to come to this exact location on the map. Take out Tullen. Tullen, you are going to gust to this owl right here who's overlooking this platform. That's going to cause the platform to rise up. Inside of here, we're going to get 3 sapphires, and that's Owl Protected by Dragons complete. Our next one is going to be the corridor between 2 dragons. And for that, you're going to need to make your way to this exact position right here on the map, which was actually probably where you came from if you came over on land. For this, we're going to take Unobo. We're going to aim between these 2 long dragons, and we're going to loose him between them. He's going to light everything on fire like he likes to do, and this platform is going to rise up. Inside of here, we're going to be finding 3 rubies. And that's the corridor between 2 dragons complete. Our 4th quest is very, very close to that, which is going to be the 6 dragons located right here on the map. You're going to be seeing this small little bit of water. I'm not too sure exactly why, but I've had this one being the least consistent. I had to face between these 2 dragons and then do a charge attack. And that's how I got it to actually activate. I did try this for quite a while, and it was not working easily. That's going to cause this platform to rise up, and inside of here, we're going to be getting some opal. 5 of them. That's the 6 dragons complete, and if you've done all 4 of these parts, now there's going to be a cutscene in which this platform is going to be rising up. And this platform is going to be located exactly here in the Tiflo Ruins. Let's go ahead, head on down. There's going to be a tablet directly in front of us. Let's go ahead and examine that. Kazul's going to say, hey, stop. And he's going to stop you. Kazul is going to learn about Rauru and the imprisoning, and the great battle involving Rauru and the sages who helped seal away the Demon King. You're going to get a large Zonai charge, a big battery, and a diamond. That's going to complete your 5th side adventure, but in this same room is going to be the chest that we need, right here. And here is the Dusk Claymore. The Dusk Claymore, which in Breath of the Wild was known as the Sword of the Seven Sages, obviously rebranded because of the whole, sages thing in this game. This weapon has a damage output of 30, even though it's only shown as 32, and is very durable at 50. This is a quality weapon that you may want to take with you on your adventures. Next, we're going to be doing the 4 Champions weapons, which to do one of the Champions weapons requires you to complete that portion of Regional Phenomena. And there are a bunch of guides online that require you to go find a specific chest. I don't like that, so I found respawnable locations of all of the weapons that you're going to be needing, because you may have already gotten these chests, and then what? Instead, I'm going to be going over respawnable locations of the weapons that you need, and then you can upgrade into the Champion's weapons. First, we're going to start our way in Gerudo Village, and for this, you're going to need the Swallow Bow, one of which you could get here at Dronk's Pass, particularly here at the flight range. We're going to be going to the building here at the flight range. I'm going to be going from the tower. As soon as you come in here and make your way to the flight range, and inside here is a Swallow Bow. Also, 10 free arrows. Once you have yourself a Swallow Bow, all we need to do is make our way to Gerudo Village. Friendly reminder that you do have to complete this portion of Regional Phenomena and actually do it. And we're going to be heading over here to Teba. Now, as long as you have that Great Eagle Bow, he's not going to be able to make you a second one. If you come over and you speak with him, he's going to say, I don't see it on you. Did you decide to not take it with you? I'll remind you, the bow is a masterpiece, which has the seal of approval of Hearth, the Rito's greatest craftsman. So try not to lose it, will you? Yeah, you need to break that one in order to get a second one from him, so you can't have multiple in your inventory. Just like the Dusk Bow, the Great Eagle Bow is going to be a bow that has double reach, meaning that its range is going to be 40 as opposed to most bows that are going to be a range of 20. It is the 7th strongest bow in the entire game, however it's also a 3-shot bow, so because of that you're going to have more versatility and damage output for faraway targets. However, in damage output, it falls very short to a Savage Lionel bow, so I just keep Savage Lionel bows on me, and considering the cost of how much it actually costs to repair this, I would not recommend this for something as low as versatility uses like I would for the Dusk Bow or the Gerudo Bow, because they have a range of 40. So in my opinion, hang it on the wall forever. Next up is going to be the Boulder Breaker, which is going to require you to have a Cobble Crusher. Now I know for a fact there is always going to be one that respawns exactly right here on the entire map. So here is all of Death Mountain and the Goron area. If you make your way from this shrine, all you have to do is glide down this way and you're going to be finding one. As you go ahead and approach this enemy encampment, you're going to be finding it here at the back. From the shrine, it's just going to be a quick glide down to go speak to Fugo over here, who's going to be the blacksmith apprentice. And speaking with Fugo, he's going to be needing this Cobble Crusher as well as diamonds and flint to make you a Boulder Breaker. And the same thing, if you already have a Boulder Breaker, he says you already have a Boulder Breaker. There's only one soul in all the world that can be forged into the Boulder Breaker. So if the soul already inhabits a Boulder Breaker, like the one you've got there, it can't make another one. The Boulder Breaker is, in my opinion, one of the best weapons in the entire game. It boasts an attack of 40, even though it's only shown as 38. It has a durability of 40, however, it has the quality Demolisher. Demolisher means that it's going to be doing 150% damage to any ore or ore-based enemy, meaning that Frox and Stone Taluses, if you're hitting them on the ore spot, are going to be taking 50% more damage. If you put a Molduga Jaw on this, where either the Radiant or the Evil Spirit armor and attack up 3, you're going to be able to take down Stone Taluses and Frox very easy with this one weapon. However, because of its cost, I would really not recommend that you just smack ore with it. Next is going to be the Lightscale Trident. As far as a Zora Spear, there's going to be one in a chest over here. However, I know for a fact that there is a respawnable enemy exactly at my location right here. So here's a zoomed out view. Here's where the tower is. And then once you come down, you're going to be seeing this path coming around. From here, there's going to be one Lazal down here, and he's going to be holding a Zora Spear. All you need to do is take him down, and then you could grab yourself the Zora Spear. Now, once you have yourself a Zora Spear, diamonds, and flint, all you need to do is come over here and talk to Dento. Dento is going to be able to make all of that into a Lightscale Trident for you. Which, once again, you can only have one in the entire game at a time. After it breaks, you could come speak to Dento and he can make you another one. The Lightscale Trident has the third highest damage out of any single spear in the entire game at 16, even though it is shown as 22. However, its durability is the highest in the entire game out of every single weapon of 70, making it the most durable weapon there is. And its quality is Water Warrior, meaning that anytime that you're wet, your weapon and whatever is fused to it is going to be doing double damage. So as long as you have Sidon unlocked, which you have to have Sidon unlocked in order to get this weapon, use Sidon's Let's Go, and then your first attack is going to be a water-based attack, and then for 30 seconds after, this weapon is going to be doing double damage, making it some of the best in the entire game. And for the Scimitar of the Seven and Daybreaker, when it comes to getting yourself a Gerudo shield and a Gerudo scimitar, there are a few places that you could get a scimitar, but the shield is a little bit more limited. For the shield, I'm going to make my way to this exact location right here in the Gerudo Desert. Once you go ahead and make your way over to the exact location that I showed you, up on this pillar is where we're going to need to go. And on top of here is a Gerudo shield. There are two Gerudo scimitars that are going to be located in the desert that are going to be respawnable inside of the ancient prison ruins, which is where this shrine is going to be. These two star locations are where you're going to be finding these scimitars. Honorable mention, if you did the questline in Gerudo Town involving all of the orbs in the sanctuary, and then all of the orbs in the world, and then also the one at Karakara Bazaar, and then you brought the big orb over to the North Gerudo ruins, you may have unlocked the north entrance of the Gerudo Sanctuary, and inside of here, after a long series of tunnels, was a fantastic loot room that gives you one of every Gerudo weapon and a whole bunch of ore for free every time a blood moon respawns. So if you did that, you may want to drop a travel medallion down, and those weapons respawn all the time. There's also going to be a Molduga here in the Taruma Dunes that you're going to have to defeat, and you're going to be seeing someone who's going to be standing on one of these pieces of rock somewhere, and she's going to be the blacksmith that you're then going to be able to unlock here in Gerudo Town. After you save the blacksmith, Isha, she's now going to be here in Gerudo Town. While you have a Gerudo scimitar and a Gerudo shield, you could speak with her, and then she's going to be able to make you a Scimitar of the Seven and a Daybreaker. The Scimitar of the Seven is one of the best one-handed swords in the entire game. It only has a damage output of 28, however, it has the second highest durability in the entire game of 60, but it also has the ability Strong Fusion, so anything that you fuse to it, you're now going to be getting double the power of. So if you decide to fuse a Silver Lionel Saberhorn to this, it will now have a power of 138. The only drawback is that while it does double the fuse power, it doesn't add much durability. The Daybreaker is the third most durable shield in the entire game with a durability of 60. It does have one unique property, is that while you are shield surfing with it, it is going to be receiving 50% less damage. However, it does not have any advantages for shield surf slipperiness, meaning that you're not going to have any decreased friction while you are shield surfing with it. It's just going to be receiving less damage while you're shield surfing. Well, there we go. That's going to be all of the legendary weapons and their stats and my opinions on them in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Do you agree with my findings and the things that I have to say about them? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if I missed anything. Thank you so much for being here. If you found this video helpful, you should probably hit the subscribe button. Bye.